is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. Vicky, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm making it. I'm making it. One more episode to go, and this one is will be over with. So, Skeleton Crew, episode 7. We're going to be in so much trouble for this. That's the name of the episode, by the way. That's not me making that up. Yeah. The kids finally make it home. Um, okay, I hate the parents. I hate the parents. I hate the parents. I see why the kids are like they act, like they are. I see that. I see now why the kids act the way they act. I,
So, here's my thing. It doesn't feel like they ran that far away from the base. Like, I feel like they should have got in the little on a bike thing
mm-hmm.
and they should have rode far away
To
from the
send
little
the
city.
to send the thing off.
Yeah, because the robots got there quick because they only had a
I'm,
5-minute walk.
I'm like, they didn't even have to walk briskly. They just they just took their time. I'm like, bro, y'all are some of the most useless. Oh,
Like,
gee.
no wonder your kids have no survival skills. I mean, I understand. I'm sure it's been generations upon generations on this planet. Um, but
That
come
still doesn't.
on.
That's still like, look, they did a good job of showing like how hard it is to get to that planet. Because whatever the Republic did, the New Republic did, they made sure you was gonna catch hell getting there.
Oh yeah.
Even if you tried to get on that planet, you was gonna catch hell. So it wasn't like it's the easiest planet to land on. But the mere fact, like y'all ain't never take them kids camping or nothing. Like, oh gee, man. I like, you know what? I can't even get mad at the kids no more. I see why they act the way they act.
Hmm.
I just see it. I mean, Jude Law is still kind of like the best reason to watch this show, kind of, because he is playing the pirate role and the villain role pretty well. But overall, just for me, I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of like ready for this to be over with, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready to move on to the next thing. Like, can we get Ahsoka season 2 or something? Because like this is not my favorite
I
show, right?
think it's very much written for the 11, 12-year olds. And I think the 11, 12-year olds would be enjoying the interactions of the little kids. Uh Jay, you gotta remember, we're from a generation where our kid shows were nothing.
Oh yeah, they were
Were,
hella violent.
were not kid shows.
No, they really
Our
were.
kids, they're actually casting kids as kids. Our kids
Yeah.
were 45 years old. Um, so a lot of our kids, the kids that we would have watched, would have made a lot of more adult decisions,
Yeah.
and I think um being whiny and bratty. We're just too old to deal with whiny and bratty kids.
But here's my only problem with that. The writers of this show are our age, which
Yeah.
means you watch the Goonies.
Yeah, and those
You can do
Goonies were like they were acting like adults and
yeah, but
making
I'm just saying,
adult. They weren't
but
whiny brats.
but the thing was they always had, like we said last week, there was always one character that was actually street smart.
Yes, and
And
they
there
don't
was
have that.
one character they don't have that here. And I'm like, bruh.
No.
And I went back and watched that. I think it was like episode 5 or 6 where they went to that planet and met with the resistance people. They should have took that girl with them. That girl should have came with them
Hmm.
to try to balance this stuff out. Just because like I this is not this ain't helping me, man, because I was so hyped for this show. And just to see like what it became, I'm like, I kind of honestly don't want to watch the season finale next week, but I'm going to. But it's just like I was watching this episode. I'm like, is something gonna happen?
Hmm.
Like, yeah, they killed the pirate at the beginning, but I'm like, is something gonna happen? I'm like, because right now Jude Law does not terrify me. He does, and the way the way William and Fern was acting, I was like, are you gonna Anakin them or not? Like, are you gonna do it or not?
Yeah,
And at this point, I'm like, hey, if Anakin would have been there, this show would have been over already.
true. Well, yeah, I mean, Anakin would have killed everybody.
Yeah,
It
this
would have
just
been
would
over.
have been over. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, I want to. I will say this. Hopefully, they stick the landing. I'm trying to be optimistic. Hopefully, they stick. I do not have much faith in that, but I hope they do something to try to make this somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, my only problem. Well, I have a lot of problems, but the one problem is I don't like how Jod is holding the lightsaber. I feel
Yeah,
like he's not holding it correctly, and
I
it
mean, he's just
really,
like,
yeah, like it's like I'm like, what is that?
yeah,
So, um, so like that's the problem that I have as a Star Wars fan. If you're on a good side or the bad side, or you don't normally hold a lightsaber, that's not how you hold a lightsaber, and that's just really just bugging me every time. I'm like, just put it down, because I don't
just
like
shoot
how you're
somebody. Yeah, you're a pirate. Just shoot somebody.
just shoot
You got a
somebody.
blaster. Just shoot them. Just shoot them. I'm like, you ain't
Yeah, like
gotta.
the kids are scared of the gun. You don't need to bring out the lightsaber.
Yeah. The other thing too is I do. The only thing I will probably say to that is like he probably knows how to use a sword type weapon, so that's probably why he's holding it like that. But I'm like, dude, that's not a sword. So you have a gun, you have a blaster right there. Just use the blaster.
Yeah.
Because I got a bad feeling next week's gonna be some Home Alone hijinks.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna run around in the mint. You saw how
Mm-hmm.
like all the credits like pour down. So I'm sure all the credits are gonna pour down on Jod's head, and
This
that's
gonna be some
how
Home
they're gonna
Alone.
get him.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, the other thing too is why in the world do they have 4,000 vaults?
That's especially because they're not using credits anymore,
They're
right?
not using. Well, they're not using those. Those are the credits from back when the Empire
Yeah.
was around. So I'm like,
So
why do y'all have four? Who? Because I was thinking when they was going to go down there was going to be one of the huts or one of the
the
other
press.
gangs.
I
Yeah,
thought I just thought it was just gonna be a press,
yeah.
and they
No,
can just
it's
make. Not that they had like what.
they have 4,000 vaults full to the brim of old Republic credits.
I'm like, why wouldn't you melt them down? What I don't know what if you can't use them anymore. So what are we doing with them?
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to be able to, but I guess if you get enough of them, you can sell them to the rich, and they'll buy them. So that's why I was like, okay, 4,000 volts. That's a little bit overboard, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that a little bit overboard? But yeah, I got a bad feeling we're gonna get some Macaulay Culkin style, Home Alone style stuff next week because I'm like, the kids don't do anything really. So we know they're not, you know, adept at doing anything but being annoying. So, and we know their parents ain't. Their parents are, for lack of a better word, useless.
Yeah.
Just for lack of a better word, I'm like, I don't even. I'm like, not one of y'all. Not one of y'all. No,
Nope.
not one of y'all. Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Oh, y'all about to get that work. So, because, and I'm still trying to figure out like how he gonna get the frigate on the planet. They ain't gonna be able to fly that whole thing through that grid, that electronic grid they got outside, warping the weather around that whole planet. I'm like, dude, your frigate ain't coming down there. So, I'm like, I don't know how they gonna tie this up, but I got a feeling it's gonna be some Home Alone hijinks, and that's just pretty much how they're gonna beat this dude. Because I don't see how, if they make somebody just all of a sudden just start doing martial arts and lightsaber wield and all that, that's not going to make a bit of sense.
Yeah.
That's not. Like if Wim's dad turns out to be adept in lightsabers, like I'm going to be like, dude, no. Like, no. No. If Fern's mom pulls out like dual blasters and start going, that's I'm gonna be like, no. So they haven't done anything to set that up. So the only thing I can think of is like it's gonna probably be some Home Alone, Lost in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Hit him upside the head with a paint can and let the credits fall on him type deal.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm just like I don't think this show was for, like you said, I don't think this show was meant for like the average Star Wars fan. I think it was meant for probably the little ones.
Yeah, exactly.
But now that I think about it, I don't think my niece and nephew would like this either. I need to ask them. See if they watch. They're probably not watching it. No one doing. They're
probably not watching it now.
Because yes, like they did like Boba Fett. They loved Ahsoka.
I heard they're not. Mandalorian's officially done. It's canceled.
It's a movie. They're doing a movie.
Oh, they're doing a movie.
They're doing a movie. Yeah.
That's how they're gonna wrap it all up.
Yep, they're gonna wrap it up in a movie. So I'm like, all right, cool. That works. I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that'll give them time for them to work on the next Star Wars thing proper. So, because they haven't had a movie since 2019, which is smart because they did need to let it rest. But
what was that? Whatchamacallit?
Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I was thinking about that other Didn't we have a different what movie?
It was on the last one was Rise of Skywalker that was in theaters. So that was 2019.
Oh, they didn't have a Star Wars theater movie since then?
Nope. They were supposed to, but they pushed it back.
I just want a Yoda movie.
I don't even know if we're getting that.
That's all I want.
I don't even know if we're getting that.
I want a Yoda movie in my lifetime.
I mean, they may, but
I want to visit the planet that has all the Yoda creatures. You don't have to give them a name. That's fine. We never need to know their name. But I want to visit the planet where they come
from. But wouldn't that kind of like kill the whole mystique around that particular?
Yeah, I want to see the planet of Yodas. Don't give them a name. Fine. If we'll never give them a name.
Just want to
They are a race that is very strong and close to the Force. That is all. That is fine. But I want to see a bunch of Yodas. I want to see different ones.
I mean, well, there is the because Disney might do it just so they can sell toys and merch.
Hand over fist. If you have different Yodas, personalities. Yeah. We've seen we've had 3.
Yeah, Yordle, Yoda, and Grogu.
Yeah. Hand over fist, the amount of money that can be made.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I will give you that. It's just kind of funny thinking about. I wonder why they haven't done it so far, because that would make a ton of money off merch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what happened when they finally introduced Grogu. Like, dude, there was so many T-shirts that next week.
Listen. So it's like there's so much. People love the origin stories. Like Boba Fett went off the rails when we got too much in like updated times. Nobody cares. I want to know
going back and forth.
I'm staying in the past and how he got out the trap and blah blah blah, and then it could have ended with him meeting Mandalorian, and that's it. Like I didn't care about nothing now. All the old stuff was the best stuff. So like, give me origin stories of different characters. So if you give me that origin story of Yoda.
I mean, that could work.
I mean, I'm sure
if it's done correctly, that could work.
I mean, I'm sure it was like 5,000 years ago because they age so slowly.
Yeah.
Um, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they like I said, they'll make a ton of money off of it if they ever did it. But I don't know because it's kind of like sometimes when you do that, you can kill the mystique of it. Because I think like coming from just as a comic book fan, like when they finally did Wolverine's origin, it kind of killed it for their character for about a good 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, bro, why did y'all do that? Like, because half of the mystique was the fact that he didn't know like what happened to him, and then they revealed it, and it was like, well, that's lame, So, that's I think that's the problem. That's probably the downside to it because if you get it wrong, if you don't write it good enough, you don't have a good writer writing it, and it's lame, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be that's gonna be bad. That's good. That's gonna be bad. So,
True.
I mean, we shall see. But overall, so far this series has not been my. It's probably the worst one for me personally, and the bad thing about it was that before this series came out, I would probably say Boba Fett was, and that was only because of, like you said, the modern stuff. Because the stuff that they did in Boba Fett with like showing him getting out of Sarlacc, meeting the Tuskens and all that, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was the part where they kept going back to the modern time until the very last 2 episodes when they had Cad Bane in there. And then it was like, okay, the modern time's cool then. But this show right here, I was just like, I was hyped for it at first because I was like, oh snap, the Goonies with Star Wars, this is gonna be a good little mashup. I ain't never been more wrong. So and I went back and watched the Goonies before, and I think that's part of what's making it worse because I actually went and watched the Goonies before the series started, and I shouldn't have did that. I really should.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Why
I
would you
should
do that
not
to
have did
yourself?
that. I just shouldn't have did that because the Goonies is still not a bad movie. It really ain't. It's
No,
still
it's
not
always
a
an
bad
enjoyable movie. If it's
So,
on, I'm watching it.
yeah, but yeah, I should not have done that before sitting down to watch this because I think that's the other thing that's making me like, oh man, this is not good. So, but it is what it is. We got one more episode, and then we got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That's the next one. That's January 29th. So that's at the end of the month. But leave a comment, let us know what you thought of this week's episode, and are you tuning in for the season finale next week? Vicky, anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
As always, come by the Fangirl Review channel, BIPOC Streamer Awards. A lot of fun, exciting new things. We have some raid trains happening. So come on by and yeah, stay tuned. Nominations start March 1st, so start talking to your community if you want to get nominated.
Oh yeah, I gotta remember to do that. So yeah, and we will probably have them. We're gonna have a winging it episode with the BIPOC Streamer Award, so we can make sure that you guys get everything firsthand. So
Yes.
be on the lookout for that. That's gonna be next month. So once we get everybody involved, make sure we can't get time tied down. We'll let you guys know. We got the Wing the Podcast at 7. Come by. Chat's going to be open as always. I think we got a pretty good one this week. So,
ooh, what you talking about this week?
Just controlling the messaging and what that means, and the whole Sony making live action movie adaptations of a couple of their series after what they did to Spider-Man. I am not. I would not be. I would not be happy. Sony Pictures been messing up lately. But yeah, we'll be talking about that tonight, and the chat will be open as always. So please come through and chill out with us for about an hour and a half, and have fun with your boys. Other than that, we will see you guys next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the season finale of Skeleton Crew. Peace out, people.
Bye.